Hi, Taurus. Welcome back for another daily channel message. This particular message is going to be for anyone out there that is currently aware that you have poor personal boundaries when it comes to the people that you love, when it comes to someone that you deeply care about, whether this is romantic, platonic, family, or professional, then this message is going to be for you. So remember to always use your own personal discernments. You'll know if this particular message is for you. Claim it when it resonates. Leave it until it does. All of my messages on this channel are timeless. Thank you as always, Taurus, for exchanging time and love with me over here on this channel. Welcome if you guys are new. So, there's a situation, right? Sometimes as people, as humans, we mistake love, we mistake hate for love, right? We mistake love for hate and vice versa. So if you've ever heard that saying, I love you so much that I hate you, then you could kind of know that merry-go-round, that unrequited situation, and how that dynamic can potentially play out. I feel like this particular message may be a little bit more specific because of what the potential could have been. So in a lot of dynamics like this, you'll stay in the situation beyond your expiration date of what you guys were meant to learn from each other based off of the potential of what you guys could have been. You've seen a future with them. It's giving very Harley Quinn and Joker, right? You know how she envisioned the life that she could potentially have with Joker. I don't know if you guys ever saw Suicide Squad, but that was one of the illusions that the Enchantress was able to use against her, which was the illusion of having that, that American dream, that white picket fence, that happy life with someone that honestly didn't have the favorable childhood, the adult life experiences, and the overall personal choice to change his life. But I think their dynamic, she started off being some type of therapist to him. She started off being some type of enabler of some sort. And she became fascinated with how his mind worked. And through that fascination, things quickly spiraled. So if you've ever resonated with that dynamic, then that may also be like a little confirmation. I'm gonna say confirmation for you. Either way, what you need to know is that it's going to be a blessing if you have or you will reject someone's proposal. This proposal could be professional, right? This proposal can be someone proposing that you guys work together, someone proposing that you take on a new job offer, someone proposing some type of offer to you. Rejection is going to be your protection, but I don't feel as if this person is the one that's rejecting you. I feel like it's your turn to reject someone. It's your turn to it's not hold them accountable. It's really about you more than it is about them, and Spirit keeps driving that in for me, drilling that in for me, that it's more about you. So when this person feels rejected by you, it's going to reveal so much about this person's character that you can't change, or anyone else can't change. It's something that is a misfortune. It's unfortunate, but there's something about someone's character, their behavioral patterns, and so forth, that they're just hardwired this way to respond to situations, and it can be very destructive and counterproductive in a lot of ways. Even if you feel like you wish this person knew how much you love them, you wish this person knew how much you cared about them, when this situation happens and you find yourself either overlooking the red flags or overlooking how this person has a fragile sense of identity. They're very insecure, but they hide it and disguise it under their value, their worth. It could be their career, their status, whatever makes them feel like their ego is boosted or something like that. That's going to be your confirmation from the universe that that's a blessing. You dodged a bullet, okay? A very, very long term unrequited love situation that it's good when it's good, but damn, it's bad when it's bad. So we're going to get into your channel message. Of course, see what's manifesting in all areas of your life, and close this thing out properly when spirit tells me so. Okay, so you have all these loved ones that are coming in for you. You have spirit guides, you have deceased loved ones, you have angels that have all like they're running into your aid. They're coming in during this time very heavy to help you establish healthy boundaries and habits during this time. I'm hearing it's crunch time. I don't know what crunch time is for, but that's what I heard. There's two things specifically that is coming through for you that your spiritual team wants you to perform. Number one, they want you to look up the words integrity and honesty. Write out real times that you can recall where you've seen public figures, role models, or just random strangers doing etc doing actions or taking steps and actions to exhibit measurable, which means you have to be able to see it, because there's a lot of hypocritical people out there. Measurable actions that displays or has done this in the past, so it could be present or past. So pretty much you're going to look at these figures, all right? They don't have to be celebrities, they don't have to be people that's important, but they want you to pretty much look at how they have displayed integrity and honesty by the definition that you read in the dictionary or whatever. Then on your own spare time, they want you to determine specific characteristics that you believe are suitable for a counterpart. All right, this process is very important because you have to be the one to determine the definition of what integrity and honesty looks like for you in conjunction with what the common definition of those words are. And then after you do that, I'm hearing cherry on top. Something about the cherry on top, because I feel like they're giving you a recipe for success, a recipe for healthy relationships, the aspect of in healthy relationships that nobody really talks about. And it's like, it's not the work, but it's the process that one takes prior to meeting someone that's a vibrational match, that's reciprocal to theirs. Okay, what is it about the cherry on top? Just give me one card, Spirit, so I can close doors in reverse. Okay, so this is how it's going to be, because this is unfinished business. So anything that deals with unfinished business, this is going to get you out of that cycle, that dynamic. It's going to change you and put you in a whole nother auric field with different types of people, different classification of people from your previous cycles that you once were in. So confirmation for those of you that have been asking yourself, how do I get out of these types of dynamics? Why am I constantly in this, whirlpool of selections and options? And how do I get to the other side. I heard the other side of YouTube, the other side of dynamics, healthy dynamics that you do want, right? Peaceful, happy, harmonious relationship dynamics, business partners, and just people in general, because there is another side of every coin. There is another side in every algorithm, every whatever. So confirmation for those of you that have been wondering on how you can get completely out of these types of dynamics, period. Once you have determined what those characteristics are for you, once you have defined that for yourself, then they want you to have tunnel vision and be the best personal representation of what integrity and honesty looks like in definition in a real person, if it was a person. So if integrity and honesty was actual people, you would be the embodiment of that. You would be the representation of that, and it would be undeniable because you exemplify that in all areas of your life, your personal life. And they only want you to focus on that because you've already done those first two things prior to now you being the living, breathing, walking representation of what you believe to be integrity and honesty. The second thing that they want you to be prepared for, endings, okay? Because this is where we're going to have Deadpool. We're going to have a hard shift, a hard stop. Things are going to be like cold turkey. Transformation is going to occur. But more importantly, your spiritual team, you're going to be getting a lot of attention because we have public eye. Your spiritual team is going to be bringing in several suitors your way. So some of them are going to be people that you will mirror, reflect with, right? You'll be able to see some things that you do like about them, see certain things that you don't. They will say different things that gives you some type of insight that they may have it all together. But for the most part, when you come across those where they ain't it, those are great reflectors to pretty much refine yourself with. All right. So they want you to use your reflections, or people that have gotten integrity and honesty a little bit close to what you define it to be, what you know it to be, but they aren't quite there yet. Somewhere along this batch, okay, you'll have those that you reflect with and those that you refine yourself with, and then the one is somewhere amongst all of that. How you're going to know who the one is for you, they will pretty much they will live up to it like 110%. This is someone that will not compromise on either honesty or integrity, not even for you. Even if they like you, even if they desire you, even if they want you really bad, they won't compromise your integrity, their integrity. They won't settle for you being less than honest or them being less than honest. And that's how you're going to know that you used alchemy to manifest yourself out of a whirlpool of straight karmic dynamics. Okay, that's how you'll know that you have graduated, elevated, and so forth. All right, so that's a channel message that I have for you in regards to whatever your spiritual team wanted to say. Let's see. Let's see. All right, Spirit, what's manifesting for Taurus that you need them to be aware of? What's manifesting for Taurus? All right, we have exhausted, direction in reverse, and then we have resources. It's interesting that direction we have in reverse. All right, recharge and regroup. Plan where you want to be and use wisely and as needed. Bottom of the deck we have wealth. So one thing's for certain is you're coming into a lot of abundance. Some of you guys, this is going to be an abundance of energy, and you want to put all your energy into something that's going to render you a even greater yield you an even greater result or whatever from whatever it is you're planting, harvesting, so you can harvest it, okay? And when I say energy, it's like your ashe, what you have the energy to focus on, the time to give. So you're directing your channel, is what I'm seeing here. You're giving a directive. You're being the leader. Direction is in reverse. I'm flying solo is what I'm hearing. I'm flying solo. Jason Derulo could be significant. I could be collaborating with Jason Derulo. Whatever you do on this path towards abundance, it is a marathon, not a race. Okay, Nipsey Hussle. It's a marathon, it's not a race. In this particular direction, with that being in reverse, it's like Spirit is saying you've been on a ship sailing for some time now. Yes, you are moving forward, but you haven't plugged in the coordinates, right? You haven't told the universe exactly where you're going, okay? I feel like you're on a boat that has the ability to plug in specific coordinates. Like, you don't have to just say, oh, I'm just going north, or I'm just following my north node. All of that is great. This particular boat that you're in this day and age, you don't have to just follow the North Star to make it to somewhere. You have the power to determine what direction you want this ship to go in. Your vessel is your ship. So in this type of example that I'm giving you or whatever, I think it's called an analogy, but I'm no English major, so I'll leave that up to y'all in the comment. Let me focus. I digress. You have to plug it in. You have to plug in the coordinates. Okay? For the right person who knows what I'm talking about, you're going to hear this and it's going to click for you. It's going to make sense to you. But Spirit is saying, I can't do the work for you. I can't punch in the coordinates for you. Otherwise, I would be enabling you. I would be controlling you. I would be dictating to you where you should go and how you should do it. I can guide you and stick beside you along the journey, no matter how good or how bad it is. But for the most part, you're going to have to be the one to say, at this present moment, I am plugging in these coordinates and this is what I'm doing. This is how my story is going to play out. You have to become the director, the architect, okay, of your reality. And so you're going to be presented with an opportunity to plug those coordinates in and to become the person that you speak about, okay? To be the living word. And that's how your book is going to come alive. That's how your manifestations are going to start moving again in the direction that you want it to move in. Then when you get to the point where you're like, okay, well, I need this now. I need fertilizer to put this. I need to go get these supplies to do that. You're going to have more of a clear indication of what exactly is necessary and unnecessary when it comes to how you want to reinvest into yourself. So think of yourself like a ship. You get down the road, you get down the sea or whatever. I feel like I'm fucking this all up, but if I'm not, please God, let me know. You get further enough down the road and you're like, okay, I got some traction. I may not have it all figured out, but I know this is where I'm going and this is where I'm headed. You won't veer too far left or too far right. You'll stay in a sweet spot for a longer period of time, and that's where the marathon comes in. Now, when you come to that point, when you stay in that sweet spot and you have that tunnel vision, what happens at that point is you're like, okay, now it's time for me. I want to remodel my ship. I want to change things up a bit. You can tweak it from there. Then you apply whatever aesthetics. You use a little bit of what you've already made and you reinvest it into yourself. Only you can determine how this energy is cultivated. Okay, so it says be grateful for what you have and save something for the future. All right, you don't have to spend it all, is what Spirit is saying. And it's like this abundance can't come in until you are clear on the direction that you're going in. If you are trying to, I'm just another sad song. Oh baby. So if you're going in the direction where you're going backwards or you're going in circles, Spirit is going to put everything at a halt. Okay, so you can zoom in and see exactly what whirlpool are you currently getting caught up in the rift. Okay, some of y'all are getting caught up in the rift, and this may be a rift of other people's dynamics, and like attracts like, right? And I feel like a lot of y'all are trying to get away from even attracting a certain vibration, even from a professional standpoint, right? So let's say you're trying to get like at work, you're trying to get higher paying jobs, right? That's going to offer you more for the same thing that you do, because there are other people that are doing the same job as you, have the same credentials as you, but they're making 10 times more, and you're extremely talented, but you're not getting the recognitions, right? So the first thing that your survival mind is going to tell you is to burn yourself out to guarantee that you're going to get the traction. And then when that doesn't happen, Spirit is saying we need to go back to the drawing board. I need you to go back to the drawing board, take a knee. All right, take a knee, come up with a new formula, come up with a new strategy. Don't worry about how it looks above ground or what people are doing around you. This is how you're going to get yourself out of every situation, no matter what comes along the way. Yeah, just trying to follow something is going to keep you mentally trapped. Trying to just say, oh, I'm on my north node, I'm taking this opportunity. What is the opportunity? If you haven't given the opportunity a purpose or a why, then it's just sitting in the air, in the ethers, waiting for you to grab it and anchor it down, plant it in the fucking ground. I'm not cursing at you. When I get excited and passionate, those curse words come out. It's conviction. It's a way to get out of your own way. Sometimes you gotta curse at yourself to get yourself out your own way, and then I feel like that's kind of it. Count backwards, 5, 4, 3, 2. Do it. To get over the stage fright, the fear. Sometimes you even got a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No. And that first answer is going to be your best answer, because that's the higher self speaking on your behalf. Okay, Spirit. It's like something is being like open like that. Could be your I feel, yes, you saw that. What was it? 5 of Pentacles and the 4 of Pentacles. This is leaving behind lack dynamics of where it's constantly tower moment after tower moment, crabs in a barrel mentality, unexpected misfortune, heartbreak hotel, non-committal energy. All of that is it's a zone, and when you're in that zone, you don't want to fly over that type of zone. You want to get in and get out. Okay, sometimes you'll have someone that's jumping from one zone, like, hey, I got into a new zone. That's how you run into opportunists, right? Because they like, oh wow, I'm in a whole new tax bracket, I'm in a whole other time zone, and then they don't belong there. Next thing you know, you got Aladdin, me, and Jasmine. You see how that works? I'm not saying Aladdin was a bad person, but what I'm saying is Aladdin and Jasmine came from 2 different worlds. Okay. And maybe that will be how you meet someone. Y'all may be from 2 different worlds, but it's the honesty and the integrity that you guys both will respect and revere about each other, and that's how you'll know that y'all are the one. Okay, it's okay not to be okay. Also, they're telling me about music, subliminals, sleep affirmations, Really do your research about, what's being said. Is it projecting the reality that you want? Is it in the direction that is in alignment with what you desire? And don't stop. I'm hearing can't stop, won't stop. We get down. I don't know what girls loving people have to do with anything, but I heard the song, so. Yeah, you're not meant to have to work hard. Something's supposed to be going easy for you. And I feel like the reason why it hasn't been going easy with you, the Knight of Pentacles, is this is trying to rush. Okay? Quality over quantity is what separates you from all the other crops. Okay, I'm using so many different. It's all I'm seeing crops. I'm just telling you what's popping up in my head. This is the type of performer that you want to be. How do you want to show up? You want to be burnt out, or do you want to have a clear derivative? What that mean? Hold on. I'm hearing big words. I'm telling you, I'm hearing big words. Okay, so derivative is typically of an artist or work of art, imitative of the work of another person, and usually disapproved of for that reason. Well, that's dumb. Because nothing is new under the sun. Everything comes from something. Literally. Everything comes from something. This may be a stigma or a reputation of somebody. It's like, oh, let's say you sample a song and then you drop a record, and it's like a sample, but it's like you use a sample from like an older record. That could be disapproved because it's imitative of a work that somebody already did. And you may be trying to do something in a completely different way, but you're trying to discover your own voice. You're trying to discover your own creation. So there could be some creative roadblocks in regards to how you want to format something, how you want to produce something. So let's see, what type of performer do you want to be? Some of you guys, if you are in the spiritual community, I do feel like there's a sense of you don't really want to be stuck in a category of just talking about unrequited loves all day, love situations all day. And I get it. But again, that may be a phase on your journey that's necessary in order for you to break some type of limited belief system. Now, the limited belief system doesn't have to belong to you, but the more you see something and the more you're able to see it, the more you know that, okay, what this is. So it just makes you more skilled at what it is that you do. But if you don't have patience for it, you won't have patience with yourself. You won't have patience in your own love life. So in a lot of ways, there's a reason why you may be called to go in a direction that you don't really want to go. You may not want to talk about sad love songs. You may want to just lift people up. But if the majority of the collective is feeling those things, they're going to resist whatever you're bringing towards them because they're not ready for it. You understand? Which means you have to start looking at role models that are doing the things that you want to do. that are existing in the way that you want to exist. And then you focus in on that. And then you will have to ask yourself critical questions. How did they do it? Ask them as well. There are a lot of influencers that are all out there ready to guide and teach on how they were able to, go from poverty to riches, or how they were able to make a big leap. And even though it came with negativity, they'll tell you straight up, imitate my life. They'll tell you, this is where I began, you can do it too. And so the negative naysayers is going to tell you that it's wrong to you don't have to idolize someone to be able to ask critical questions that you then can plug in like a coordinate and say, okay, these are the steps that they said that they took to apply themselves. These are the steps that I could take to apply myself, and thus get real results. Okay. That's what I see. Or continue doing the same thing, expecting different results. And you will lose. You will fail. The only people that complain about that are people that are miserable. Because they're like, that's not fair. You need to be working just as hard as I'm working. No, nobody said that. There's a difference between working smart and hard. As long as you're in this energy of not knowing what direction that you want to go in, or not being sure, or waiting on your guides, someone is going to use this portal for you. If you're not manifesting with this 8-8 portal energy that's cultivating for you, someone else is going to come in and try to scoop you up off the market and be like, okay, well, I can help you apply all that energy, that good karma that's coming to you, that justice, that retribution that's coming to you, keep you, give you a commitment, feed you an illusion, and finesse you. Your guides won't even know, because I'll take care of you. 9 of Pentacles in reverse. But they will convince you, this is reverse psychology, I'm going to convince you that I'm helping you, like I'm providing you with the resource. I'm helping you establish yourself. Because that portal is still left open. If you're lonely, if you think you're lonely now, yeah, wait until tonight. I'll do nothing with you. I'll sit beside your side. I'll help you work on your goals. You don't have to do it alone. We could do it together. But there's already a lot of spirits around you. You're not really alone, are you? The moment you say, no, I just want to focus on my peace and focus on myself. I don't want to give to this or give to that. I think I like being alone. I think I'm good. You're going to see a different side of somebody come off. Somebody's mask going to crack. And it's like, you told me no. But the spirit is saying the reason why those Lavernes are returning is because you haven't plugged. Where we going? What we doing? You're not manifesting. You're not giving you're the captain of the ship, and you're not giving the winds. You're not setting the sails. You're not letting down the sails. Like the wings are like the sails on a ship. Okay? They're like, tell me where we're going. We're still sitting at this port. We haven't got off yet. I said this was a pit stop, not a long. This was just a way to get your fuel up a little bit. Take a little slight break. Now it's time to get back at it. And so here we are. Do you remember a time in your life where you had hardly nothing, right? When you're at a phase in your life where you don't really, you can wear robes, you can wear a cheap little this, or you could just put on anything, and you don't feel like you have to keep up with anybody. You just come as you are. Like, the less that you appear, if you're wealthy and you don't look like you're wealthy, you get ahead faster. All right, people, they overlook you, and that's because the eyes have been conditioned to look for money in people, which is why majority of the world is narcissistic in nature, because it is self-centered around the ego, right? Your identity, what you have, what you don't have. That's where the value is placed. Not so much as on the characteristics or the moral behavior attributes. It's placed in the superficial things rather than the spiritual. And the spiritual is your character, right? It's within you. Your guiding navigation should never be outside of yourself. So there's going to be a lot of situations that come up. It may not have anything to do with you, but what's manifesting is financial hardships, potentially losing certain things, bills being due, being unable to pay it. But I don't necessarily feel as if you are the one that is lacking. It's other people. And so you may feel at some point like compelled, like maybe I should help, maybe I should offer my 2 cents. And the 8 of Swords is saying the reason why you feel that level of obligation is because you have a belief system that if you were in this position, you would have wanted someone to do it for you. Okay, now I'm not talking to everybody. What I am talking to, the collective that I'm talking to of Taurus, is it's pretty much saying that there's doors left open that haven't been resolved. Single but not quite single. It's complicated. All this energy here is complicated, and it feels like someone is romantically using you as a resource to get ahead in life, to jump certain paradigms with you, and there will be a negative consequence. Not that you are better than anyone else, but it is talking about your spiritual evolution, where you are on your journey and the direction that you're supposed to be going in. Though the reason why the divine sent all of this abundance your way in so many ways, in many different ways, was for you to build certain things. Like, it was you, it's not necessarily yours. The spiritual, the hermit energy is saying it's meant to be a way to attract the right crowds, the right audience, the right people towards you. And if you go back to the old dimension that you came from, then all the people that spirit was gathering to help get them out of their situations, you won't be the light that they are going to find. And then spirit will have to cultivate all of that energy up again and find someone else to take your place. So rather than fire you from your spiritual jobs or your positions or whatever it is that you're holding, spirit is saying, I'm going to help you get your shit together. Okay? While there's still time. Because it feels like you're going into a position of leadership. And leadership is just like how I told you. You're not alone. But in order for you to be a guide for those that are coming after you, in order for you to leave behind messages, blueprints, wisdom, these people need to know where to find you. Let's see what's going on with these cards here. We're going to use this deck next. What's manifesting for too many cards here? What's manifesting for Taurus? And the energy. We got a glow up here. New opportunities, new careers, successful business. We have time. Delay, procrastination, too busy, hopeful, inspire, optimistic, success in reverse. And then we have clingy in reverse. So old ex, dead relationships, old ways in reverse. So while you're waiting, you could be doing busy work, whatever it is that you're doing. Something around you is intended to damper your spirit. To make you feel like it's like you're not, it's an illusion though. To make you feel like this ain't the right choice, I'm not doing the right thing, I'm wasting my time. It's to make you hurt yourself, doubt yourself. And then you'll start overspending to prove to yourself that you are not failing. And then the act of trying to prove anything becomes the very way that someone gets you to deplete everything. I don't know if that makes sense. But it's like we could do something quicker together. We could work together. Someone wants to maybe live with you, get a place together. There's like, let's cohabitate. Let's get a bigger place. Let's work together. Because you are resourceful in some way. Someone in your family dynamics, extended families, whatever, is looking at you as a valuable resource to accelerate some type of change in lifestyle, status, tax brackets, and so forth. They've already lost all of theirs. They've already spent all of theirs. And so now your characteristics is more valuable than someone's estate, someone's financial bank account. That's being depleted altogether. And so your characteristics alone is showing up as the most valuable commodity, because I feel like you're about to disappear. It's only a matter of time. The reason why it may be even more confusing, because some of y'all may be projecting one reality to throw off someone else as you buy yourself more time to get away from people. So if you are manifesting in such a way, it's working. That's for sure. It's definitely working. It's interesting that you get time with direction in reverse. You don't have a lot of time, or maybe you do. Or maybe you don't know what direction you're going in, or maybe you do, but that's what you want everybody else to think, and you just be coming here to make sure that's what everybody else thinking. I don't fucking know, Taurus. I'm surprised the Magician's not out here, but y'all do the most flipping and dipping around these parts. Strong. Your success, you're about to attract it. Like straight up, 6 of Wands, 3 of Pentacles is saying you're about to attract the right kind of people that are going to get you to the next tax bracket of your life. It ain't going to come from the people that are trying to avoid the growth, avoid the transition, avoid the storm. You are going through the storm. You've learned time and time again that you never get anywhere in life by running from difficulties and running from conflicts. So you use your relationships, whether it's romantic, platonic, or family, as ways to get to know yourself better. It has absolutely nothing to do with the people around you. You're not comparing yourself. It's you against you as a means to help you evolve rapidly. And so you're doing a rapid change, rapid transformation on yourself. Yeah, Queen of Wands. Well, that's very responsible, right? As a magician, as a connoisseur of your own reality, right? As a person that does these types of things, how do you know that something is accurate? How do you know that something is effective? Do you find other people to do the experiment on? No, that's some coward shit, right? That's whack. You perform the transformation on yourself. And during the time in which you are performing the transformation on yourself, this glow up, whatever, you keep record of it. But I do feel like you are scrambling. You are scrambling the intentions around you to investigate what your plan is or what you're about to do, because you're very mysterious during this time. And so you are scrambling and confusing those that utilize you as a resource to avoid their own pitfalls. So people that are spending a lot of their time minding your business and you're too busy focusing on your purpose or whatever it is that you're doing, the more they try to look into you, the more that they procrastinate on themselves. They sleep on themselves. And so not only will you leave people in the dust, but you'll also catapult yourself. Eight of Wands is saying you're about to catapult yourself like a slingshot. But you ain't dealing with no boomerangs. You're not trying to come back around these parts. Like you made it to Pleasantville, and when you got there, you realized that everybody that was in that round was Delulu, and that they stuck in a time loop. And so you like, oh hell no. How long has it been? Yes, it should not take this long, and you are absolutely right. They have no intentions of changing. They're on a time loop. And so in this type of void, looking ahead is pointless. But the more you look within, the more they despise you, because they don't want to do the work. They don't want to get out of their situations. They want confirmations that they're supposed to be in their situations and they struggle. I get it. I get it. I mean, the best you've ever had. I don't want to brag. Because it's like when you're not manifesting, or when you're not telling people what they want to hear, when you're not lying to people, when you're not feeding their delusion, they become unhinged. Okay? They become unhinged. Yeah. They want to fight. The only thing that they're fighting is themselves. The only thing they're doing is themselves. they're just hating themselves even more. For some of you, somebody's going to react to this situation by trying to flip the script on you and try to trigger some type of abandonment wound. But I feel like you've already healed that. You're already at peace with any type of abandonment. Yeah, the Queen of Cups is saying no one controls your emotions anymore but you. And that's why you happy. So this comes easy to you now? Can't nobody lie to you? Can't nobody swindle you? Nathan, nothing. So I'm hearing you pulled a them on them. You pulled a you on you. And it's like, ha ha, nan and boo boo. Oh shit. Let's see. Alright, so we have Pleiades, future, holographic healing. Pleiadians recognize that all consciousness is holographic. When one part of the hologram is influenced, so is the whole, and that is the foundation of Pleiadian healing methods. True healing for humans, physical and mental, emotional, adheres to this principle too. When we influence one part of our beingness, the whole is affected. This card encourages you to see your life experience holographically rather than as a series of separate events. Healing in the now or in past lives affects the whole you. So each step you take towards your healing now will affect the entire hologram of your existence. In the introductory material of this card book, Germain discusses the holographic nature of reality and how all things are connected, even while they are experiencing the illusion of fragmentation. This card refers to an evolved time stream of the Pleiadian civilization, where they were well aware of the connectedness of all life, and their science and spirituality, which are the same thing, reflect this idea. As humankind moves into fourth density, these holographic principles are beginning to be known as new healing methods that use the holographic principle. Are introduced. This card often comes up in readings for people who are healers, massage therapists, neuropathic doctors, and so on. If that is your case, then the card is acknowledging your healing arts and reminding you to always think of the whole in healing rather than the separate parts. Think outside of the box. If you are not a healer and this card came up in your reading, it is most likely a reminder to apply the holographic principles in your own inner work. Never assume that there is one thing to be fixed that is separate from your whole self. Healing is a process that affects the whole being, and the true definition of healing is simply balance. Look at the whole picture, and once again, let yourself see unity rather than separation in all aspects of healing. I love this for you, Taurus, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.